Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Kelly. Serious question. If a tree falls on you in the woods and there's no one there to witness it, do you feel it? Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kelly. I used to be a teacher in the toughest classrooms in the worst neighborhoods with the most difficult students. And what I learned there changed everything I thought I knew about content creation and delivery. Over the past 25 years, I've taught thousands of students, both in person and online. And what I can tell you is that effective online engagement is the hardest thing you'll ever do without guidance. So I've dedicated this channel to showing people exactly how to capture attention, hold engagement, and create transformation. Every single part of it. I love learning, I love teaching and making an impact, and that's all you're gonna find right here. Hell yeah, you feel it. I've been there. I haven't had a tree, but I've definitely tripped in the woods. No one there to witness it. I felt it. But how do you know? Like, when you have someone that you're taught, have you ever had this happen? Have you ever been in a really intense conversation, the person you're talking to, all of a sudden they get really engaged in their food and they're looking at their food. I was gonna actually eat this, but then it's gonna mess up because I'm probably gonna have nuts in my teeth and stuff. But have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and they're so engrossed in their food that you're like, hello, hey, I'm speaking over here. If that hasn't happened to you, I'm shocked. You're probably lying. You may not be aware of what's actually happening because I think it's happened to all of us. And when it happens, I promise you, you do not have presence. So let me tell you what it takes to evoke change when you're dealing with information and two people or a person receiving, a consumer, a customer, a user who's getting your content. They have to be present. They can't be doing multiple things all at one time. They cannot be eating their mixed nuts. That's what I'm saying. They can't be slurping on Slurpees and playing on their phone and checking Insta. They can't do those things or they have no connection to your information. So, what do we do? How do we know? What can we do to ensure the maximum amount of presence in our consumers, our users, our customers that we possibly can without literally going over and smacking them in the head? First thing we do is we use what's called directional statements. Directional statements can get people to do things even if it's this way. So if I said to you, hey, what kind of nuts do I got? Hey, look at my nuts. See these nuts? These are mixed nuts. It's a good blend of mixed nuts, and I actually make these specially myself. See, there's all kinds of fun things in there. They didn't come from the factory like that. Directional statements focus your attention. It's really, really important that you incorporate directional statements to break people's desire to go elsewhere. Directional statements. And you know what? You don't got to do it every time. It's not like every 30 seconds you got to throw in another directional statement. But you do have to do it in order to get people's presence right off the bat. The next thing that you need, and you should write this down. If you're not writing it down, write it down. This is good stuff. The next thing that you need is you need passion. You need passion for your subject material. You should know your subject material inside, outwards, backwards. You could talk through your ears with your own subject material because you are an expert in your subject material, and that is crucial. It is crucial that you're being an expert. And that doesn't mean you know everything, but it means you know a heck of a lot. And more importantly, you also know how to take that information and make it relevant to our consumers. So our consumers of content in this case, they want to know what the hell you're talking about and why it's relevant in their lives. You see, if you are a parent, if you're a student, well, maybe not if you're a student. Maybe if you're a student, you just go do your thing. But if you're a parent, if you're a teacher, if you are a boss, if you are a manager, if you are a company that has a branding that's trying to brand something in their company, you need to understand content creation and delivery, and then what's most important is reception. How is that coming across to your consumer? That should be your entire focus. Creating content is great, but it's all about how it's being received by your consumer, and if it is, write this down, relevant to them. You see, if your content is not relevant to them, they're gone, baby. They're somewhere else. They're on a beach. They're having Mai Tais. They're on Insta, Facebook, TikTok. They're on a million different things because what you presented bores the living crap out of them. You need to take some accountability for your information. You need to be presenting information that actually gets people to lean forward. Now, I referred to this in the last video about informational utility. And I believe that this is the most important thing about in order to create, if you are at all interested in creating any amount of impact in your consumer of your content, you must consider the informational utility of that content. That content must have the ability to have crossover. Every single one of your content consumers, your customers, your students, your users are consuming content for a purpose. And you and I, we are fighting entertainment, baby. So we are fighting the entertainment industry, and their entire purpose for life is dopamine. Our entire purpose for life is transition, transformation, impact. When we are working on that level, you got to up your game. You got to know, hey, you're going to take this information. Why am I doing this video right now for you? Because I know that if you take this, you're going to create a much higher level quality of content. And whatever your product is, maybe it's amazing hydroelectric supersonic toothbrushes, but you're going to kill plaque and the odors and gingivitis and the odors they form. Maybe that's your mission, but I'll tell you what, it's going to make those rare moments that we actually get interpersonal communication, it's going to make it even better, because then the person you're talking to, their breath isn't going to stink. I'm talking about the ability to change lives with your information. Informational utility is the future for content creation. All right, everybody, I'm Dr. Kelly. This is your Learn It moment. Go out, create content that has informational utility, relevance, and creates your users wanting more. Have a good one, baby. We'll see. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry about that. I'll see you next time.